Good day everyone. I am Fabi Humawan from 2nd year BE Ed student. I am here to discuss the chapter 7 in module 7 titled Learners in Other Marginalized Groups as a requirement in the subject Ed 7 Foundation of a Special and Inclusive Education to submitted to Ma'am Miriam Saledo. Welcome! This presentation explores the unique challenges and support needs of learners from marginalized groups within educational settings. We will define key concepts, examine real-world examples, discuss effective inclusive strategies, and conclude with a personal reflection and a call to action. We will focus on creating truly equitable learning environments for all students. Marginalization in education. Marginalization in education is the systematic process by which certain students groups are excluded from full and equitable participation in the educational system. This isn't just about individual disadvantages. It's about how deeply ingrained biases and societal structures create significant barriers to learning and achievement. These barriers arise from the interaction of systematic biases. These are biases embedded within the education system itself in curriculum, teaching practices, assessment methods, disciplinary procedures, and resource allocation. These often reflect and reinforce broader societal inequalities. Societal structures. Larger societal inequalities based on race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, gender, sexual orientation, religion, and ability status create significant disparities in access to resources, opportunities, and support, impacting students' educational journey. Specific marginalized group: students with disabilities, students experiencing homelessness, LGBTQ+ students, students from specific ethnic, religious minorities, gifted students facing marginalization. Intersectionality. Intersectionality examines how various social and political identities, such as race, gender, class, sexual orientation, and disability, combine to create unique experiences of discrimination and privilege. It's not simply the sum of individual identities, but the way they interact to shape an individual's life. For example, a black female student might face compounded disadvantages due to both racism and sexism, experiencing different challenges than a black male or a white female student. Similarly, a student with a disability from a low-income family may face barriers accessing support services due to both their disability and their family's limited financial resources. Recognizing these interwoven identities is essential for understanding and addressing the complex challenges faced by marginalized students. Socio-emotional challenges. One student, identifying as LGBTQ+, experienced persistent bullying and harassment, leading to decreased class participation and feelings of isolation. Another student, experiencing homelessness, struggled with consistent attendance and engagement due to unstable living situations and the overwhelming stress of basic needs insecurity. Both cases highlight the significant impact of social and emotional challenges on academic performance and overall well-being. Culturally responsive teaching. Culturally responsive teaching is a pedagogy that recognizes, values, and utilizes students' diverse cultural backgrounds and experiences to create a more equitable and effective learning environment. It's not simply about acknowledging diversity. It's about actively integrating students' cultural knowledge, prior experiences, and preferred learning styles into the teaching process. This involves adapting curriculum content to include diverse perspectives and histories, employing instructional strategies that resonate with students' cultural norms and communication styles, fostering a welcoming and inclusive classroom climate, and engaging families and communities in the educational process. The ultimate goal is to create a learning environment where all students feel a sense of belonging and can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. Universal Design for Learning, or UDL. Universal Design for Learning is a framework for creating flexible learning environments and materials that cater to the diverse needs of all learners. Instead of adapting instruction to individual students after identifying their needs, UDL proactively designs learning experiences that are accessible and engaging from the outset. It achieves this by providing multiple means of presentation or how information is presented, actions and expression, how demonstrate learning, and engage how students are motivated and challenged. This flexibility allows students to learn in ways that best suit their individual learning styles, strengths, and needs, whether they have disabilities or not. By offering choices in how information is presented, how students can demonstrate their knowledge, and how they can engage with the material, UDL creates a more inclusive and equitable learning experience for all. Trauma-informed practices. Trauma-informed practices are approaches to education that recognize and respond to the impact of trauma on students' learning and behavior. Understanding that many marginalized students have experienced trauma, whether from abuse, neglect, violence, or systematic oppression, is crucial. Trauma-informed practices prioritize safety, trustworthiness, choice, collaboration, and empowerment. By creating a supportive and predictable classroom environment, minimizing triggers, and offering flexible learning options, educators can help the students regulate their emotions, build resilience, and improve their academic engagement. This involves recognizing the signs of trauma, providing appropriate support, and avoiding practices that could re-traumatize students. Building supportive relationships, mentorship programs, peer support groups, and strong teacher-students relationships are essential for creating a sense of belonging and fostering student success, particularly for marginalized learners who may face isolation or discrimination. Mentors can provide individualized guidance, academic support, and emotional encouragement. Peer support groups offer a safe space for students to connect with others who share similar experiences, reducing feelings of isolation and promoting a sense of community. Strong teacher-students relationships built on trust and mutual respect provide a foundation for academic and emotional growth. For example, a teacher who takes the time to learn about the student's cultural background and incorporates it into their teaching demonstrates care and understanding, fostering stronger connections and improving student engagement. Similarly, a mentor who helps a student navigate the challenges of college applications, demonstrations, commitment, and support, increasing the student's chances of success. Let's reflect on our individual roles in building equitable learning environments. How can we actively promote inclusion within our schools and communities? What specific steps can we take to support marginalized students? Perhaps through mentorship, advocacy, or creating more welcoming classroom cultures. And finally, what resources, professional development opportunities, organizations dedicated to inclusive education, or further research can we utilize to expand our knowledge and effectiveness in this critical area? Let us commit to ongoing learning and action to create truly equitable and supportive spaces for all learners.